how's it going, guys? Today I'm shooting a 1991 Toyota Celsior straight off the shores of Japan, now here in Seattle. This thing is super clean, this thing is super nice. Really makes me miss my Aristo, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys why you should buy this, probably over a US spec LS400. This thing is really nice. There are some differences between the two, so stay tuned throughout the video, and I'm going to show you all the differences aside from just being right-hand drive. So thank you very much for watching, and if you guys will subscribe to the channel, guys, there's going to be a lot more. Hopefully some more imports too. I guess we'll have to find out and see, but I'm really excited for this video, and I want to give huge thanks to the subscriber that let me use this car for the video. So thanks again, I appreciate it a lot. So right off the bat here, I'm going to start off at the front. You're going to notice pretty much close to no differences between the LS400 and the Celsior. Just got this big wraparound headlight here, also a wraparound big side marker and turn signal light. I do think both of them look really good. It's a nice like theme that they have around this car, because you know it is a little bit on the boxier side, but it's definitely like nice touches, and I think that it looks really good for this time period, and it really fits. It's very period correct. You're just gonna have some vents that wrap around the bumper, again kind of following the same theme, but a little bit in more, and these are actually functional vents here that just wrap around the whole bumper. And then you do have your big grille here with your Toyota badge in here in the front, because this is not a Lexus, this is a Toyota. It's always been a Toyota. No major differences, but this is very clean. It has a nice chrome touch around the black grille here, which is, you know, like I said, for a luxury car, this is kind of what you'd expect during that time period. And then you do have a slight bulge on the hood. As you make your way up, you're going to see you do have your washer nozzles, but there's not really too big of a bulge in this hood. There is a V8 under the hood, but it doesn't require that much of a bulge, so we'll go ahead and get to that in a little bit. But like I said, really no major differences. So now moving on to the wheels, we are going to have a 205 65 15 all the way around on this car, and I do like the bottle cap wheel style. I think it really looks nice. Again, like for the time period, just period correct, really. It's just 90s. It just all fits so well, but really nice design. Huge center caps, but you could bag this thing, put some really nice wheels on it. It'll be very VIP, as the term is called. So as we make our way down the car, you are going to see this crease here in the fender that's going to run all the way down. It's going to exceed past the door, past the rear door, and all the way even onto this quarter panel here. Really nice, simple, elegant. It's a really nice touch. And you're going to have your mirrors that do fold in, that I'm going to show you later, which is like the coolest thing. I love it. I don't know. Definitely one of the differences between the LS400 here in the US and the Celsior in Japan. But it's just a very nice like pearlescent white paint from the factory. Really digging this two-tone here. It's really nice. It fits the car, again, just period correct. It's just like no complaints. I really think they did this really good, as best as they could have for, you know, just a boxy but very luxury car. And you are going to have chrome molding here along the doors, and this again does look very nice. It's a really nice touch, still just fitting that luxury life. So you are going to have your Toyota Celsior badge, which does really stand out. Again, just one of the little differences, but people put these on the cars all the time, so don't worry, I'm going to let you know how you really know. And so, again, just these wraparound rear taillights look really good. You have the turn signal indicator, and then you have your reverse light in here. Just very form-fitting, just boxy, just I don't know. It just it just really looks good. I don't think a lot of cars can pull it off, but I think this one could for sure. Then you are just going to have your plate mount here in the center, your Toyota badge latch here in the middle, and pretty much nothing else. This is your rear windshield, and it does have chrome molding around the trim here, but this is just more of the passenger side. Weird to say that, but this is more of the passenger side here, just the two-tone paint, and the bottle cap wheels, and everything is just super clean on this car. It only does have 99,000 kilometers, so this is really clean for a 91. Now stepping into the 91 Toyota Celsior, first thing you are going to notice are these seat covers, which are exclusive in Japan. These are actually really hard to find. People actually pay a lot of money for these. Really clean. Keep them clean. It does look like grandma car stuff, but if you know, you know, and everybody wants these. Everybody will buy them, and people will pay a pretty penny for them, so definitely hold on to them and keep them in good condition if you want to make some crazy money someday, probably, because I guarantee these are going to be harder and harder to find. But you do have a power driver and passenger seat, so you can go forward, you can go backward, you can move the seat forward, tilt it forward or tilt it backward, and then you can adjust the headrest, so you move that same button up and the headrest will rise up, or you can move it down and the headrest will come back down. And you do have lower lumbar support at your last button here, so that is very nice for those long trips. This is very comfortable as it is, but those long trips you'll definitely need some lower lumbar, just some adjustments, you know. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at this door card. Really liking the brown. I'm digging it a lot. It really fits the car. You are going to have just your little lever here, your memory, and then you have this really cool button, another difference. So if you tilt this up or down, you'll be wondering what the heck. This will move your seatbelt up or down and adjust this so you're not choking yourself out. Really cool. That means people of different sizes and shapes can just get in your car, get comfortable. Really, you can adjust everything in here. You are going to have automatic down driver's window, power the rest, really nice. Your lock and unlock button and your window lockout button. You do have a door handle here that's nice. It's just like a wraparound. I can kind of like touch my fingers. Really cool. Just nicer, you know, than standard. But you do just have a little door card here, no cup holder. It's not very big. You're not going to fit too much here. Maybe like some sunglasses or something, your phone, something. You're not going to fit anything crazy, so don't expect too much there. But overall, you do have your speaker here, and you have a little tweeter up here and a little vent here to defrost your windows as it's just getting foggy in here because you're just singing your heart out because you're just so comfortable. You just singing, and there ain't really nothing else to do but enjoy the ride. So inside, you do have a very nice leather wrap steering wheel here, and you do have a vent here on your right to cool you down up top, so you can open and close that vent just moving this left or right. You are going to have power mirrors, which is nice, so up, down, left, right, circle, triangle, you know, the whole PlayStation GTA codes, the cheat codes and stuff, spawn in a Lamborghini, you know, that kind of thing. And then you do have this little button here, and it's a picture of a mirror with 3 little water droplets, and you always wonder to yourself, like, what in the heck? This shakes the mirror glass so that you can get some of the water off. How cool is that? That's sick. That's super sick. And I wish it worked on my Aristo, because it didn't. It just made this horrible sound and literally did nothing. It was like pretty bad. But very cool, another difference. And right next to that, you're gonna have the same picture of a mirror, but it has an arrow pointing on it, and that's how you fold your mirrors in and out. Again, really cool. Very, you know, nowadays, like newer Lexuses and stuff are gonna have that, you know, automatically and stuff, and you put in park, take key out, walk away. But this, you can literally just be driving down the road and fold your mirrors in and out like you're a bird or something. I really don't know, but it's really cool. Again, another difference from the LS400. And you do have key remote, so you can unlock and lock the door with this little button here on the key, and you can choose whether you want that on or off. Right below that, you go ahead and push this little thing, and you do have a little coin holder, probably pennies and dimes. I don't think quarters will fit, but you know, this is for, you know, Japanese coins and currency, so it wasn't really made to be for us. So pennies, dimes, maybe nickels, not quarters, but very cool. Right below that, you're going to have your little trunk lever, and you're going to have your gas lever right next to that, and you have a little keyhole so that you can choose to lock that or unlock that, which is really, really nice. And you do have your ignition here on the right, since this is right-hand drive. Super, super cool. This will glow up at night so that you can see, so you're not poking around at your dash, like just making it ugly, I guess. And you do have right above that, you do have your light dimmer in here, which is, you know, cool, pretty standard. Saw one on the Trailblazer SS that I just did. Super nice. You'll see it common on really a lot of cars, but this is just really, really nice to see in a 91. Just, it's super smooth. Like, the button's not cheap and plasticky. It's just like effortlessly, you just move it, your lights are going up, everything in this car is just so like comfortable. Nothing in here feels cheap. I'm really impressed by this car. I really, really am glad to see that it did come to the States, although it didn't have everything that the Celsior had to offer in Japan, but hey, it was here, so let's keep getting into it. So speaking of the key, as you put it in, you do have a telescoping steering wheel from 1991. Sick, sick, love this, and it's adjustable, so you can go ahead and move it up, down, left, right, whatever you need to, get yourself comfortable. When you take the key out, you're going to go ahead and notice that it is going to rise up and go back to its original spot so that you have leg room to get in and out. This is really, really cool. And to your right, since this is right-hand drive, this is from Japan, your turn signals are on the right stalk, so you go ahead and down and up, just normal. You have your headlights here on the right side as well, so you just go ahead and flick those on, and then you can also flick on your fog lights and turn all that off. And then you have automatic lights too, if you choose to just keep them on during the daytime. And then on the left side is where your wipers are, which is crazy because you could be driving this thing just cruising down the road and you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go switch lanes, and then on your wipers go, and you feel stupid. But it takes some time to get used to, but it's definitely not the end of the world. It's just cool. It's just unique. So you do have intermittent wipers here, and you can change the speed on there, and you can press in the button on the left, and it will spray down your windshield and clean it for you. So to the left of that, you're going to see your odometer, and this car is sitting at 99,422 kilometers, which is super low miles. Again, another reason why you should probably buy a Celsior over a US spec LS400, because they're all clapped out, and this thing has super low miles and a bulletproof engine, so there you go. You do have twin trip, so you have trip A and trip B, which is really cool. I don't know what you would use twin trip for, because I've never had more than one trip, but it's there in case you need it. And you have just some custom little conversions here for miles per hour and kilometers. Really, really nice. Definitely helps because when you're looking at this thing, it's like 180 kilometers. How fast is that? Well, it's like 112 or something. I mean, it's really like not that fast, but it makes you feel like you're going fast. It really does. It really, really does. As we move over to the center, you are going to have two climate control vents. You can go ahead and open and close those with these little dials here. And you do have your hazard button in between them. So you go ahead and turn that on, flick on your hazards, and turn them back off after you fix up your flat tire and put your spare on or whatever you have your hazards on for. And then just below that, you're going to have a clock, so you can change hours, minutes, and it'll tell you the time. To the right of that, you're going to have front and rear defroster, which is really cool. Right below that, you can turn the climate control off, or you can turn it on and hit auto, and it will go through its settings. So you can change the temperature, although it is in Celsius, so you can turn it all the way down and you can get yourself some nice AC on a hot day like today, or you can turn it all the way up, be nice and cozy when it's 20 degrees outside and you are literally freezing your fingers off. Really cool, really weird to get the adjustments and get used to it, but honestly, personally, owning an Aristo before, I just got used to it being whatever degrees Celsius for the lowest, somewhere in between for the middle, and whatever it is for the highest. So you do have recirculating air and outdoor air modes, and then you have all your basic vent modes. Right above that, you do have your fan speed, and to the left of that, you're going to have your AC, and just below that button, you're going to have just this Japanese labeled button. I don't know what it says. I didn't take kanji enough. I really didn't learn enough to know what these things say. So right below that, you are going to have your radio. A lot of people do put aftermarket radios in here because once you bring them overseas, the radio stations do not work from Japan to here. So change them out. Some people like to keep them because they talk to you in Japanese and some anime girl voice or whatever, and you know, it's just cool, whatever. I guess if you don't care about the radio, then that's what you'll do. But if you're like me and you like music and subs and you know you want this thing to be rattling, then you know you go ahead and change this out. This one has a nice double din. Right below that, you do have your traction control on and off button. Everybody knows what that's for. You want to get sideways, of course, and what better to do it in this Celsior when it's like raining or, you know, snowing even, you know, always in the parking lot, or if you're doing it in the street in Mexico. Okay, we don't do anything over here in the States. There's no street racing over here. But you go ahead right below that, and you have a little storage compartment, so you can go ahead and put a little bit of things in there. And moving on to the gear selector, it is very nice and leather wrapped. It kind of reminds me of like a glove or something, a baseball glove. So you just go ahead and press in this button to the right, and you can go through your gears. And the red button here is to lock your overdrive. You do have adjustable ride height buttons, so you can do high or you can do normal. And then you do have normal or power buttons, so basically sport mode for this car, which again, you know, is super cool to see, and it does work. It just drags the RPMs out a little bit more. It is a little bit more aggressive, like, you know, aggressive driving experience more than anything else. So right behind that, you are going to have your center console here. So you go ahead and open this up, and you really do have a lot of space in here. It is very spacious, so it does make up for the door cards not being too big. And if you go ahead and open this up, you do see that you have some weird little buttons. So you go ahead and push this down here, and you are going to open up two cup holders. Although they're kind of shallow, I don't know how well they'll actually hold a drink in. You might end up cleaning it off your floor, who knows, but they're there, and it's better than them not being there. So you go ahead and just lift it back up and close it up, and you just put the little flap back over it and go ahead and close up. So again, on the passenger side, nothing too crazy, all the same stuff really. You're going to have your seatbelt height adjuster. You can just move that up and down. So go ahead and show you guys this again. You do have your door lock and unlock. You have a power down and power up window. Really nice. You just have your little door handle here, another vent up top to defrost your window here when you're singing in the car down the road. Dual speaker setup. Little storage container, little cubby here, and you do have your power seat forward and backward, and then you can go ahead and tilt it forward or backward, and then you can move your headrest up and down and adjust the level there. Really nice, really comfortable. Your passengers can be just as comfortable as you are while you guys are road tripping to wherever. And you're going to have a little climate control vent here on your left, and just your glove box. And again, just this brown is just really nice in this whole car. I really dig the brown, the chocolate color. Just chocolate, that's what it is. Nice. Hershey's dark chocolate, Hershey's milk chocolate. Really the two-tone brown is just, I don't know, exquisite. I don't know what the word is, but it's really nice. It fits this car. It wouldn't fit a lot of cars, but it does fit this one. So it's really nice. So now hitting the back seat, because if you have one of these, you are somebody important. You are big ballin', okay? This is basically your presidential executive limousine, basically, without the long wheelbase. And so you can flap this thing up, and you do have a little ashtray. Disgusting, but you do have a little ashtray, and you can go ahead and put your cigarettes out in here and stuff. And you go ahead, you do have a power down window, and it has a little light in here, so at nighttime you're not guessing where the window switch is. You already know because you just put your finger over it, press it down again, just like bougie. You know, in 1991 you must have really been feeling like a player or something, just cruising down here, getting drove around, you know, just putting your cigarette out, window down, you know, put it back up whenever you're done, hollering at the honeys or whatever you're doing. Really, really just extra for not a lot of reason, but just extra. You're not going to have a door card here. You're not going to have a storage compartment in the door here. You're only going to have a single speaker setup, but again, this is just the back seat. You do have a nice little armrest, although it is not very soft, padded, but I wouldn't say it's the most uncomfortable thing either, because you do have a center armrest, and that's probably where you'll be lounging your time the most. Behind the passenger seat, you can go ahead and open this up, and you do have a little storage compartment down here. It is like a resistance compartment, so it will close up back on its own, but whatever you put in here, you know, it'll stay in. Just don't put anything you don't want getting crushed. Moving on to the center, I really love these floor mats in these cars, because they do have a floor mat for the center compartment. And here it is. It says Celsior. This thing is super nice. It had it in my Aristo, and really I'm like, geez, I'm really missing that right now. But this wraparound just carpet is just super nice. Your feet don't go there. Nobody's feet go there. It's pointless for putting your feet there, but it just looks nice, and it says Celsior. It just reminds you that, you know, you're just in a nice, comfortable luxury sedan, and this is just, yeah, this is just the life. So in the center here, you are going to have a cigarette lighter, ew, or you're just going to have a car charging port. And above that, you're going to have your climate control vents, and you can go ahead and swivel those to you or away from you to your partner, whoever's in the back here with you, whatever. So you do have a little vent, open and close mechanism, so you go ahead and open and close that. And this little button here in Japanese, this is going to be your fan speed button, so you can go ahead and choose how much you want it to blow. So on a hot summer day, you're going to want this up. You're not really going to know because the light doesn't change colors or anything. It just kind of blows faster or it doesn't. So you can choose whether you want more or less on a hot summer day or a cold winter morning. So these seats overall are very comfortable, very plush, very good material. There's no ripping, there's no nothing. It's super nice, very well put together. You are going to have little lights in here at the quarter blind spot. Really nice, hidden away. You're going to have your old crap handles, just in case, you know, somebody's taking a corner in this thing, because, you know, you guys are really in a rush to get to the club or whatever. And overall, like I said, this chocolate is just so nice, and even this headliner here is just super nice. It's super soft. It's literally like a blanket up top here. So you do have on your passenger side, you're going to have a little visor here. Really nice. You go ahead and fold this down, nothing too special. Fold it up, and you see here in the middle that you do have your rear view mirror, but right above that you do have a little flap. I could open it down, but we do have a little radar detector here. But anyways, when you're folding this down, don't you ever get annoyed that like that little bit of sun just kind of like peeks out right above your rear view mirror? Well, not in these cars. You have a little flap that's going to block that. Bougie, smart, very smart, because you don't want to be blind while driving. So very nice touch, very, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. 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 Very ni very well thought. Again, just very well put together cars for sure. So you do have on your driver's side, same thing. You go ahead and open it up, nothing too special. You got a little vanity light, and above you do have more vanity lights, so you can go ahead and switch it on, switch it off, or you can switch it on every time that you open the door. Very nice to have. You know, it's pretty just common and standard in cars. So now we pop the hood on this Celsior, and to do that, you're going to reach up under the Toyota badge, and you're going to feel the little lever in the middle. You just pull it out towards yourself, lift up, and you are going to have some struts here to hold this up for you. No hood prop. Now we're not doing that. This is too bougie. This is too elegant, too nice. So powering this Toyota Celsior, you're going to have your 1UZ FE V8 engine. It produces 256 horsepower. This thing is bulletproof. This thing is reliable. You will easily run 500,000 miles on this motor. The transmission, probably not so much. Keep up with the maintenance. We'll see how it goes. Probably like 300,000 if you're lucky. Really, it just depends. If you were to somehow pair this with an R154 though, yeah, crazy. Just bulletproof all the way around. These are really great cars. Toyota is known for overbuilding their cars. This thing is no exception. I really like this. It's super clean. It's a big engine, but it's also a big car. You're going to want to be able to move. You don't want a little 4-cylinder in here, because what fun is that? You're really not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything. 0 to 60 is going to be maybe. So this overall is very nice. This engine is used in the LS400 in the US spec, and so there's nothing too special there. But you know, again, the things that are going to be changed are going to be like the steering column and the rack and pinion and stuff like that. Just little things for the right-hand drive conversion. But overall, mechanically, this is identically the same car, the same chassis. I can go to parts at AutoZone or Advance Auto or whatever, O'Reilly's, and go get rotors that are going to be the same, brake pads. It's all going to be the same. This is really nice that everything is compatible with the Lexus parts. Makes it really easy to get parts for in the States. Super good idea if you want a car like this and not something like a Suzuki Cappuccino or something where you're only going to get parts from Japan. This is all the reasons why you should probably buy the Celsior over some clapped out LS400 here. They're beat on. They're just ew. They're just ew. This has super low miles. This was, you know, imported fresh off the shores of Japan. This thing looks great for its age. This is crazy that this car is 30 years old and it looks this good. It has the high tech of some of these cars nowadays. I know some cars that don't even have the high tech that this does from 91, like the new Mitsubishi Mirages. Like, those things are literally like they're so cheap. They're so cheap. This is cheaper than that. This is nicer than that. This is more reliable than that. Everything you want in a car, this is it. You really should get one of these. This is definitely no joke. These are relatively cheap. They have not been hit with that import tax like the Supra and Skylines and stuff like that. You can pick these up for a very good price, a very good bargain. Like I said, daily drivable. You can get parts for them in the US. This thing is clean. This thing is so clean. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out on the road now. We're going to go ahead and drive it, show you guys how smooth this thing really is.